We're going to get started. And as we get started, I'd like for you to come into your space and just allow yourself to arrive. Take a couple arriving breaths, deep and through the nose. Maybe closing the eyes, open mouth, exhale, sigh. Oh. A few more times like that, taking a nice deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, sigh, exhale. Oh. I'm going to bring our fingertips down to the earth and really begin to root in deep into the sits bones, imagining you are connecting deep into Mother Earth as the spine elongates and the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. Feeling a nice length in the upper body and the back body, all the way through the spinal column, really extending here. Fingertips rooting into the earth. Inhaling for a count of 4 as our arms lift up to the sky, fingertips touching at the top. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing at the top. Palm space out away from you. Exhaling down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Noticing that pause in the breath. Inhaling, lifting the arms back up for a count of 4. And it's your breath and your body. So however this movement feels good to you, if it's 4 breaths, great. If it's 2 breaths, great. If it's 3 breaths, that's fine. The idea here is to allow the breath to be even. As we're inhaling, lifting the arms up, we're gathering energy around us, feeding it all the way into our spinal column. As we pause at the top, hands palm space outward, the hands come down, moving through the energy, grounding any static energy, negative energy, anything that is not serving you. And this really beautiful meditative movement, inhaling the arms up, maybe closing the eyes here and just really allowing yourself to be in this breath and in this movement. Feel the resistance in the hands as you're pushing that energy magnetic field around you down and grounding it deep into the earth. Last time here, inhaling the hands up, fingertips touch at the top. Taking that pause, palms face out, a final sweeping, cleansing, clearing motion as we bring the fingertips all the way back down into the earth. Take the shoulder blades and shoulders and roll them up to the ears and then back down. You can keep the eyes closed or slightly open here as we're just going to do some nice shoulder movements. So inhaling up, exhaling down. Opening up the upper shoulders and the upper chest. You might hear some crunchies. Just noticing the breath and really allowing yourself to be in the breath. See if you can hear the breath in the inner ear as you allow the movements and the breath to align together. Bringing our fingertips up to the tips of the shoulders. And we're going to roll the elbows out now as we roll the shoulders up and back. Inhaling forward, exhaling backwards. 2 more times, inhaling that rotation, creating space in the shoulder girdle, opening up the heart chakra, creating some movement and some fluid with the blood as we bring our awareness to the upper part of our body while staying rooted deep into the sits bones. Allow the hands to come back down to the earth, plugging deeply in. And now we're going to do some side stretches. So we're going to begin with the right side, rooting deeply into the left. And inhaling, just reaching over to the left-hand side. And allowing the gaze to look up towards the sky if that is available for you. If not, you can have the head looking down towards the hand. So whichever way feels good for you, and just breathe here into the side body. Notice if there's resistance, if there's stickiness in the breath. And breathing as you're rooting down into the sits bones and lifting through the fingertips. And then rotating the ribs up towards the sky. Breathing into the side body. If you want to have some movement in the head here, you can do that. If you want to be stagnant and still with it, and just be in the breath, breathing from the right hip all the way to the right pinky finger, filling up the ribs, filling up the heart space underneath the armpits. On your next inhale, come up to center, bringing the hands to a T shape. Inhale, fingertips up towards the top, touching together, inhaling slowly. Exhale, palm space away from each other, moving that energy back down and stopping halfway. Now we're going to allow the right hand side to come down and lift the left hand side up. Grounding, rooting through the sits bones, lifting up through the fingertips, and feeling the stretch in the left hand side body. Maybe it feels the same, maybe it feels different, maybe there's more space here, maybe there's less space here. Whatever you're feeling in your body is fine and is natural and is normal. Allow the breath as you breathe in to feel expansive in the left-hand side body, all the way from the hips, through the ribs, all the way up to the left armpit, traveling all the way to the pinky. So simultaneously rooting and stretching at the same time. And see if you have a little bit more here. Can you stretch just a little bit further without collapsing too much in the right-hand side? So keeping some spaciousness here as we're breathing and stretching in this left-hand side body. On your next inhale, coming back up to center, bringing the hands out to a T. And this time, let's bring the hands in towards the heart space in Anjali Mudra, prayer mudra. We're going to do our opening mantra today. And we're going to do it a little different this time. So our opening mantra is Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And in case we forgot what that means, because it's easy to forget, this mantra is about calling in our highest self, calling in the wisdom of our highest self to be here now. So we're calling in all of our greatest wisdoms, our highest self. So we're going to inhale through the nose and say Om Namo in one breath. And then we're going to breathe again through the mouth, through pursed lips. And then we're going to say Guru Dev Namo. Now, when we do this breath, I want you to notice how that breath has a different vibration within the body. So as we say Om Namo, I want you to see if you can feel that vibration in this upper part of the head, feeling it in the third eye and in the nasal cavities. Allow that vibration to really kind of buzz there. And then as we finish that breath, and then we breathe into the mouth through pursed lips, and we say Guru Dev Namo, I want you to notice if you're feeling that in the heart space. Okay, so we're going to say this mantra together 3 times. Let's bring your hands together, create a little heat in the palms of the hands, rubbing them together as we prepare for this opening mantra, steadying them right at the heart space, closing the eyes, feeling the breath, feeling the heartbeat underneath the fingertips. Inhaling together as we prepare. Om Namo. Through pursed lips. Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo. Guru Dev Namo. Inhale. Om Namo. Guru Dev Namo. Inhale, suspend the breath at the top, bring the gaze to the third eye. Imagining bright light surrounding you, penetrating through you and all around you. Slowly exhale through the mouth. Staying here and continuing on to our protection mantra. Breathing in deeply. Ad Gurudev Name, Juad Gurudev Name, Sad Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev Deve Name. Ad Gurudev Name, Juad Gurudev Name, Sad Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev Deve Name. Ad Gurudev Name, Juad Gurudev Name, Sad Gurudev Name, Sri Gurudev Deve Name. Inhale, suspend the breath, lift the anus, the sex organs, locking the throat chakra, and sending the gaze to the third eye. Allowing this energy to rise up from the base all the way up to the crown. And slowly exhale, bringing the hands palms up and noticing your breath, allowing this to be a sacred space of receiving, a sacred protected space of receiving. Beautiful. We're going to move over to the mat and we're going to do a little practice today. All right. If you need any blankets or bolsters or blocks, feel free to go ahead and grab any of those to protect your knees. All right. So today we're going to start standing. Let me get this situated here so you guys can see me just a little bit better. There. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to start with our feet. I want you to kind of come to the upper part of your mat, all the way to the top, but not in the middle, just a little bit further to the center of the mat. And really begin to feel into your feet. As we inhale, I want you to lift up onto your tiptoes. And exhale, bring the feet down, heels down. And if it feels good, you can bring both of your hands to your hips, or one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Whatever feels good for you. If you're needing more balance, sometimes it's nice to have your hands on your hips. You're going to inhale, lifting the heels up onto your tiptoes. And then as you exhale, slowly bring them down. Inhale, have the gaze, the weight of your body come back to your heels and lift up your tippy toes, but not too much to where you're off balance. But I do want you to lift your tippy toes up off of the floor. And then exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, slowly set them back down. One more time, tiptoes up now. Inhaling, toes up. Exhale, setting the toes back down. This time we're going to add some more movement. So we're going to inhale, the tiptoes and heels are going to come up and our arms are going to come up. And then we exhale and bring those back down. I'm going to do that 2 more times. It's coming up on our tiptoes and letting our hands come all the way up to the sky, if that feels good for you, okay? So we're going to inhale, slowly coming up. Pause at the top. Slowly come back down. Inhaling, tiptoes and fingertips up. Exhale, hands come down towards the side body now. Beautiful. Bring our hands to Anjali Mudra in front of the heart space and bow the head here. And take a moment to set your intention for today's practice. What do you need most right now? What are you cultivating? What energies are important for you to bring into this practice? What seeds are you planting? A nice deep breath in and exhale, bowing to the heart. We're going to begin a flow here. Going to inhale our arms all the way up to the sky, reaching the fingertips all the way up. Nice stretch through both sides of the body, really rooting the feet down. Exhale, pivot the hips forward, hinge the hips forward, and begin to bring the hands all the way down the sides of the legs and allow the head to drop down and the crown of the head to be facing the floor. And have a slight bend in the knees here. Inhale, bend the knees and slowly roll up like you're unfurling like a fern. Allowing the shoulders to roll back and the head to come up last. Root down into the feet. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Allow the hands to come to the hips and run all the way down the legs. Keeping the knees bent here and allowing the front body to fold over the lower half of the body and the crown of the head to face the earth. Inhale, plant the hands onto the ground and step both feet back into plank. Roll the shoulder blades back and bring the knees down to the ground. Going to let the hips shift back and allow yourself to come into child's pose. Breathing deeply here. Allow the forehead to make a kiss to the earth. Feel the surrender of this pose. 'Cause Inhale, coming up onto all fours. We're going to tuck the toes and we're going to make our way into downward facing dog. Planting the hands, making sure the hands, the elbows, and the shoulders are all stacked. Remember, your body, your practice, whatever way feels good for you to get into downward dog is great. So bringing that energy into the feet, lifting the hips, and sending them straight up to the sky, elongating the spine, stretching from the hands, the palms of the hands, all the way back to the hips. If it feels good to walk the dog out here, moving from the left side to the right side, just opening up those hamstrings, feeling your breath. And then come into your full expression of the dog here. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Allow the heart to melt forward. Notice your breath here. Notice how much efforting you feel like you are doing. Is there a way to ease the efforting? Can you find balance and strength and peace in this shape? Your next inhale, look forward, lift the right leg forward into a three-legged dog and roll the ankle. Roll it the other way. And then bend the knee and start rotating that hip out from you. Inhaling and exhaling smoothly, slowly. Your breath, your body. And then looking forward, allow that right foot to come all the way through and plant right in between both hands for a nice extended forward lunge. Allow the shoulder blades to come back and let the heart shine forward here. And then we're going to shift the hips back and allow the front leg to come into extension while the right knee is bent. This is like half Hanumasana. And really allowing that stretch to be breathed into this whole backside of the back leg here. And we're going to do this in pulsation. So we're going to inhale coming forward. And then we're going to exhale and shift it back. Inhale forward. Exhale, shift it back. Last time here, just moving that fluid in the joints and back. This time coming all the way forward, we're going to drop the knee and bring our hands to the front knee as we lift our front body up. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lift our hands all the way up to the sky. And take a few breaths here. Really feeling into this pose. Make adjustments if you need to, if you need padding underneath your knee. Breathing into that left upper thigh. And really giving those hips some good attention with your breath as we're opening up into this space. Exhale, pull the hands, the palms away from each other and move them down through your energetic space. Beautiful. Plant the hands in front of you, lift the back leg up and step it forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Shake the head out here. Maybe even do a little pulsing. And this is really really wanting to let it go. Just bringing some movement and some shaking. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees and slowly roll up again like a fern. Allowing your shoulders to move back as we come up and the head to come up last. Inhale, lift the hands all the way up to the sky. Fingertips touch, bring it down through the crown, through the third eye, through the throat, and land it right into the heart. Take a nice breath here. Notice your breath. Notice your body. Notice how that movement feels inside of your body. Inhale, arms overhead, fingertips touch. Exhale, hinge the hips forward, swan dive. Hands come to hips, rolling all the way down the body. Allow the crown of the head to face the earth. And remember keeping a bend in the knees here. Having a few breaths. And we're going to cross over the arms now. So the elbows are going to kind of hold each other here. We're just going to let the weight of the front body really help this extension. All these muscles are extending to the sits bones right here as their attachments. And then they attached down to the knees. Okay. So we really are giving this a little extra love by bringing our shoulders together, our arms together, and allowing the weight of our front body to help give that some extra stretch. Breathing deeply and exhaling completely. We're going to inhale, bend the knees and curl all the way up. Hands overhead, fingertips touching. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down through the crown, the third eye, the throat, landing at the heart. Inhaling deeply into the heart. Exhale, bow forward, bring the hands to the hips. Allow them to slide all the way down the backs of the legs. Bending the knees slightly, letting the crown of the head face the earth. Plant the hands, step back into plank. Roll the shoulder blades back. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring the knees down. And allow the hips to come back into child's pose. Knees together or wide, whatever feels most comfortable for you right now. And really allow the hands to root deep into the earth as you bring the forehead to make a connection with the mat. Deep, full body belly breaths here. Allowing the ribs to expand. Inhale, coming all the way up onto all fours, tucking the toes underneath and allowing the hips to come all the way up into downward facing dog. Paddle the dog out some more if you feel like that feels good for you. And then come into your full expression of downward facing dog, extending deep to the palms of the hands all the way up to the underneath the armpits. Extending through the backs of the legs and dropping the head, melting the heart. This time we're going to lift the left leg on an inhale. And we're going to start circling the ankle. Notice your breath. Reverse the roll of the ankle. Looking up towards your fingertips, bring that leg all the way through and plant it right in between both of them, preparing for an extended lunge on the left-hand side. Bring the heart forward. Right leg is extended and strong. Breathing here. We're going to continue that pulsation. So we're going to inhale. We're going to lift the legs and extend the left leg while we're bending the right. And then we're going to exhale and come back into the lunge. Opening up the hips here as we create a little pulsation wave, moving the fluid through the hips and the knees and the joints. Dropping the right knee down, coming up the left knee and extending here. Opening up the hips, breathing here, allowing the focus to be on the breath and the body. Lifting the arms all the way up overhead. Extend long through the arms. And as you exhale, bring the hands all the way down through the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart. On the next inhale, bring the hands down to the mat, lifting up the back right leg and bringing it to meet the left. Forward fold here, holding elbows and allowing the head to shake and to bob. Beautiful. Curl deeply. And then rounding the spine, starting to unfurl, coming all the way up to stand. This time rolling the shoulder blades back. Palms face forward. Notice your breath. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice the quality of your mind. Bring awareness to any shifts or changes that you might be feeling after a little bit of movement, concentrating on the joint spaces. Rooting you down, grounding you down into a practice, centering you. We're going to make our way on to our mats. This time we're going to be in a Shavasana style. We're going to lay flat down. We're almost to Shavasana, but not yet. So we're going to be down on our backs. Making sure you guys can still see me. Great. And I want you to have as much surface area space from your body onto the ground as possible. Just notice where your body meets the floor. And imagine all the spaces that are touching the earth begin to send roots down into the earth. It's feeling all the spaces that are actually touching the earth, and even awareness of the spaces that are not touching. Bring awareness to the breath and the length of the breath. Notice if the breath is even, same, equal as the inhale or as the exhale, or if one is shorter or longer than the other. Notice if the breath is choppy or if it's smooth. Does the breath feel heavy or light? On an inhale, bring the arms up overhead, stretching long through the body, extending through the heels of the feet and the fingertips. Exhale, relax the feet and bring the arms all the way down through, landing palms facing down next to you. Inhale. This time we're going to bring the right leg in and squeeze it into the belly as we lift our upper body and our chin so that our nose can come up towards our knee. Exhale, extend the right leg long, hands long. Exhale, bring the left knee into the chest, wrapping around the upper shin or the back of the calf, whatever works for you, and bringing the nose up towards the knee. Exhale, extend nice and long. Inhale, right leg back up into the chest. This time we're going to bring the right knee over to the left-hand side and we're going to wring it out. So extending the right arm as the left knee traverses across the body for a sideline twist. Breathing into the ribs, breathing into the spine. Allow this detoxifying twist to really wring out anything old that's not serving you at this time. What can you release here? What's ready to go? What's ready to be cleansed? Can you soften into the body with the breath? Inhaling, coming up through center. Bring the knee in for one final little squeeze and extend long through the right leg and left leg, arms overhead. Nice extended stretch. And your next inhale, bring the left leg up to the chest. Coming in for a nice stretch here. And then we're going to the same side. We're going to go over to the opposite side for a twist. So the knee traverses across the right side of the body as the left arm extends long. Notice your breath. Notice if one side is more tight than the other, or if one side is easier to be in this shape. Allow the left fingertips to extend long while the right knee is moving in the opposite direction. Breathing into the spine. What are you wringing out here? Inhale, bring the knee in to the chest and also bring the right knee in too. And we're going to do a little rocking from left to right if that feels good for you. And then we're going to extend both legs down, palms facing up for receiving. Roll those shoulder blades down onto the mat so that the chest is nice and open. If you need an eye pillow here, if you would like a blanket, we're going to be in this Shavasana for a few minutes. Making any little micro adjustments that you need to make as you allow yourself to be in the receiving shape of Shavasana. Allowing this practice to integrate and to deeply settle in to all the spaces inside of you. As you bring awareness to your breath, notice the quality of the air around your nostrils. Notice if it's cool or if it's warm. Notice if you can hear your heartbeat. Dividing your awareness now between your breath and your body as you begin to scan from the tips of your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. And again back down from the crown of your head all the way to the tips of your toes. Noticing any places that have sensation or pain. And with your breath, seeing if there can be a softening. Bringing your awareness now to the right palm, the center of the palm, the right thumb, the right pointer finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, the pinky, the whole hand, the right wrist, the right elbow, the right armpit, the right ribs, the right hip, the whole right arm, the front of the arm, the back of the arm, the whole right arm. Now moving your awareness to the right hip, the front of the hip, the back of the hip, the side of the hip, the right thigh, the right knee, the right shin, the right ankle, top of the right foot, sole of the right foot, the right calf, the back of the right knee, the back of the right thigh, the whole right buttock. Breathe into the entire right leg. Breathing into the entire right side of the body. Bringing your awareness now to the left palm, center of the left palm, the left thumb, the left pointer finger, the left middle finger, the left ring finger, pinky, the front of the hand, the wrist, the right front forearm, the right elbow, the left armpit, the left ribs, the left hip, the whole left arm. Breathing into the whole left arm. Now bring your awareness to your left hip, the front of the left hip, the back of the left hip, the side of the left hip, the left thigh, left knee, left shin, left ankle, top of the left foot, sole of the left foot, the the left calf, back of the left knee, the back of the left thigh, the entire left buttock. Breathe into the entire left leg. Breathing in now to the entire front side of the body. Tops of the feet, tops of the shins, the knees, the thighs, the pelvis, the belly, the ribs, the upper chest, the throat, the ears, the entire face, crown of the head. Bringing your awareness now to the back of the body, back of the skull, the back of the neck, shoulder blades, the entire length of the spine, back of the ribs, back of the hips, the entire buttock, back of the thighs, back of the knees, backs of the calves, ankles, soles of the feet. Breathing now into the entire body. The front, the back, the right side, the left side, the top, and the bottom. Imagining a white feather floating in a gentle breeze. Notice the beauty of the dance that it makes. Allowing this spaciousness, creativity, and movement to gently cascade throughout your entire body. Planting a seed of worthiness. I am worthy of receiving love. I am worthy of receiving love. I am worthy of receiving love. Allow one hand to come to the heart space and the other hand to go over that hand. Breathing deeply in and around the space around your heart. Allowing pink and white light of bubbles to form all around the space, like a bubble machine blowing pink and bright white bubbles all around this space. Imagining it moving through this space and out from this space. Allowing the seed to be nourished with your breath as you inhale through the nose and exhale, allow the breath to move down and out the back of the body. 2 more times, breathing in through the nose. Exhale down and out the back body. Inhaling last time through the nose. Exhale down and out the back of the body. Allowing any old belief systems, old programming, thoughts that are not aligned to your worthiness of love to be released with grace to Mother Earth, to transform and purify. Knowing of your worthiness as a soul core right. Your worthiness as a light being, as a being on this planet. Open to receiving love. Is love. Gives love. Receives love. Take another breath, round of breath here as you begin to move over to the right-hand side and curl into a little seed pod. Allowing this integration to begin to bloom. When you're ready, allowing yourself to come up to seated. I'm going to close this out today with the longtime sun. May the longtime sun shine upon you. All love surrounds you. May the longtime sun shine upon you. Bringing our hands to our hearts. Really letting this be true for you, you know? Bring this love in for you, for your people. Bring this to yourself and to anyone that you know needs this. God, your way on. God, your way on. Been a long time, sunshine upon you. Around you and of your life within you. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. On you. Surround you. Turn up your light within you. God, you will. God, you will. Oh. All right, everyone. Thank you for such a lovely practice today. Our theme today was worthiness and how do we view our worthiness? So I'd like for you to dive into that in your own journal prompting. I am worthy is the start. And then what am I worthy of? And really dive into what resistance you might have with what you feel worthy of. We have been conditioned from childhood to understand value and our worth through the lens of our society and through our family members. And as we've grown older, we have our own experience of what our worthiness is based on our own personal experiences. Many of them were shaped by the thoughts and the belief systems of what we knew as children. That may be true, that may not be true. So I'd like for you to be discerning for yourself and really dive into, what am I worthy of? I am worthy, and what is my worth? And ask yourself, is your worth based on your bank account? Is it based on your job? None of these answers are right or wrong. I just want you to dive into them and to have a relationship with how you view your worth. And once we have that, once you kind of dive into that, I'd like for you to have the affirmation of, I am worthy of ... I am worthy of love. And we're going to say that every day for this entire week. That is going to be our affirmation and our mantra. You can write that on a Post-it note. You can post it in your car, on your mirror. You can write it on your hand. But the idea is that we can shift our concept and deep internal programming of our worth using the positivity of our thoughts. So if we're constantly redirecting our mind from, I'm not worthy, and here's all the evidence in my life that shows me I'm not, to saying, I am. And we find evidence of how we are worthy in little things in life. So I'd like for this to be an ongoing weekly discovery of self. I'd love for anyone, for anyone watching this live or on the recording, to chime in on our Facebook group. I'm going to make a little post about worthiness and how that's working for you. And if you feel vulnerable enough and brave enough to share your statement, even if it's, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of a great job, I am worthy of great friendships, I am worthy of a true love, I am worthy of feeling financially stable, I am worthy of buying myself flowers, little things to big things. and allowing that to kind of really filter through this practice that we cultivated today throughout the whole week. So you are all so worthy. Thank you so much for being here. This wouldn't be possible without you, with you showing up and being committed to this weekly Winter Wings practice. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll stick around if any of you have any questions or want to chat about anything. I do have a couple announcements. I am starting a 10-day Ganesha morning meditation. It starts at 9 a.m. on the 10th on the Pisces new moon. And we're going to dive into Ganesha. And each day for 10 days, we're going to be coming together to do a chant at 9 a.m. And we're going to focus on a different aspect of Ganesha each of those days. Ganesha is the remover of obstacles and the revealer of possibilities. So as we're punching in through this long extended Pisces season, which feels like it's never going to end, we're slowly inching into Aries season, and we're inching into the astrological new year, where we have spring coming forward, and we are really letting go of these old obstacles from the dredge of winter and really springing forward and removing these obstacles, revealing the possibilities, what's possible for us. And we're using the power of Bhakti yoga and chanting to really open up, to cleanse, to clear, and to purify the throat chakra so that we can have this full expression of our truth. As we call in this deity, we call in the power of this deity to be with us, to help us remove obstacles and reveal possibilities. So that's going to start. It's only $11. So if that's in your budget, great. It's only $11 for 10 days. That's just a start that I'm wanting to do. So if that's of interest, let me know. I'll be putting an Eventbrite link on our Facebook page. And then the second announcement that I wanted to make is that I'm doing if you're interested in your natal chart at all, if you've had your natal chart read, or if you don't even know what it is but are curious about it, I'm doing an intro to how to read your natal chart. And it's going to be $44, but you all get a half off discount. So it's only $22 for my Winter Wings members, if that's of interest to you. It's going to be on the 21st of this month, March 21st, from 5 to 7. From 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And you will get a copy of your birth chart if you give me the 3 necessary pieces of information, which is the time of your birth, the place of your birth, and the date of your birth. I will send you a copy of that to your email so that you can follow along with how to read your birth chart. Everyone will have the same style of chart so that we can all read it together, plus have information on all the different 12 houses and all the different signs and what aspects are related to them. So you get all that information in like a 2-hour sort of workshop on how to read your chart. The idea of that is that you know how to find a placement, a planet, and you know what the house is and what the house means. So it's a nice intro to help you understand you more. So that's my goal, and I want it to be fun and interactive. So I wanted to keep it at a really reasonable price. If you know anyone who is interested in it, if you are interested in it, I'd love to spread the word and to get people in so that we can just have some fun and do a little fun interacting and make this a fun exploration for us to get to know ourselves a little bit more through the lens of the cosmos when we were born, and how that has such an effect on our lives. Sometimes it's really nice to know that's why this has been an issue, or that's why this is powerful for me. So I hope that you all can make those if you're interested in them. Thank you so much.
Did you say that the Ganesha was starting on March 10th?
Yes. This Sunday, I believe. That's a Sunday.
Ganesh is my favorite. Love Ganesh.
The
I
10th
used
at
to do
9
the camp
o'clock.
with my kids. Have you heard of DJ Yogi?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we
There's
used to
MC
listen to
Yogi.
him and do the Ganesh chant.
Awesome. Thanks for reminding me, because I'm looking for some. I haven't thought of MC Yogi in a while.
Yeah, it's MC, not DJ. Yeah, MC yogi.
Does 9
Yes.
a.m. on Sunday work for you ladies?
Yeah.
If you're interested in it?
Mhm.
Cool, awesome. Well, I'm gonna put that in the link in our group. Thank you so much. I really hope you
Mhm.
enjoyed practice today. And would anyone like to share anything about practice today that was good or?
Lovely. I have exams today, and I think it helped me get centered for exams. And it was a lot of nice joint and hip stretches too. That's good. Really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little more movement in class today than we've normally done. I just wanted to make sure that felt okay for you all.
no, that was awesome. I kind of tweaked my back skiing and I kind of needed those stretches.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yes. I love it when it lines up.
Right.
Thank you ladies so much. Hope you have
All right.
such a great day and the rest of your week. You'll be seeing some more info from me and those Eventbrite links for the Ganesha Mantra 10-day challenge, and then for the Big Three astrology, how to read your natal chart. So, all
I
right.
really like the topic today. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I have a neighbor who's having a dinner party tonight with a gentleman she wants me to meet. So
Ooh, well then,
we'll see
That's
how,
lovely.
see if
Got
I'm
us,
ready.
yeah, got us yourself up. Put something nice on. Just make yourself feel really beautiful because that shines out, whether or not like it's a great connection, it's just about you embodying your femininity. And I hope that this practice was helpful in that. And yeah, and the worthiness of I'm worthy of new experiences that are satisfying to my soul,
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know? Because
thank you
we
so much.
are. We are worthy of some amazing experiences. This is an amazing world, and we've experienced some really hard things, and equally and opposite, we get to experience really beautiful things.
all right.
Jai. Love you, ladies. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
See you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.